Okay, we have another Holy Land tomato wrap that we're going to slice, and if I can, I'm going to also show you how I do my seed saving. Alright, so we're going to start from the bottom on him. Just start slicing. I'll hold him up here so you can see him better. I think our light is in the way. As you can see down in there, there's not a lot of seeds, but it makes for a better sandwich tomato. It's just harder to save the seeds or get a lot of seeds to save. So I'm going to be making an egg and tomato and cheese sandwich for supper for me to eat. So we're slicing him. We're getting a lot of slices out of him. This one was a little bit more long shaped, but very good looking tomato there. Okay, so I'll be back in just a minute to show you how to do the seeds. Okay, first of all, I've got one of these little strainers that I will put my seeds in first to rinse them out a little bit. And on this, you can do it two ways. You could do it probably from a slice of tomato where you've got some of the seeds in the side there, or in here there is several little pockets of seeds in there. You can see those little pockets of seeds, and you know about tomatoes how they got that little jelly like stuff around them, slimy stuff around them. So I'm just going to kind of dig in there. I'm going to dig around in there and just scrape this out into my strainer. First of all, just kind of scrape the seeds out into the strainer. Sorry about that light being in everybody's way. I'll just see what I can get. Like I said, you can't get a whole lot of seeds out of this tomato. There's just not a lot of seeds in it. So I'm scraping it there. So, and I will keep scraping, and what I'll do, you can see I've got some of the seeds down in there. I'm going to rinse this with water real good, and the bigger chunks of tomato that's still attached, I will try to get that out. And then once the seeds are pretty rinsed, I'll put them in a little container about like this. And this is some Cherokee Purple seeds that I have had soaking for about a week, and they're about ready to put into something. But you can see if you'll put them in water to soak them, they will separate from the gel-like stuff. That's actually supposed to be like a growth inhibitor to keep it from blooming. So you want to try to get that off before you plant. So I always like to just rinse mine, put them in a little water, soak them a few days. And then what I did with the other Holy Land tomato seeds that I saved last time, I put them out on a paper towel. So there's some that has dried on this paper towel. And I'm not going to hold them up really good because I don't want them to all fall off. They're pretty much sticking to that paper towel. So if I cut them in squares with 4 or 5 seeds on them, I can plant that whole paper towel next year. What I will probably do is put mine in on the paper towel. I might put it in a little Ziploc bag or in a side of an envelope. Make sure they're completely dry, because if you put them in a Ziploc bag and they've got any moisture, they will mold or mildew. So if you know they're completely dry, they can be saved in just a plain envelope. Seal them up good or tape them up. And some people put seeds in the refrigerator and freezer, and I usually just store mine in a cool, dark place, but you can put them in a freezer and save them like that too. So again, you scrape your seeds out in a container like this, like a strainer. Then you put them in a little container with water. Let all that stuff, and you can swirl them around a little every day and get some more of that stuff separated. And then you will, when you get ready to save these, you will pour these through the strainer again and rinse all that off. And then you'll take your clean seeds, spread them out either on a plate or on a napkin, paper towel, whatever you're going to put them on, paper plate. And you can just let them dry completely, and then you can put them in an envelope, or some people put them in like cleaned out medicine bottles. You can put them in the freezer. So a lot of people seed save like that. So it's just your preference on if you want to put them in the freezer or if you want to just put them in an envelope in a cool, dark place. That's up to you. I think once you get the seeds out in the spring and they've been in the freezer, it's almost like, the seeds think it's been winter and now that it's warming up. Take them out of the freezer, they're ready to plant, and they, I guess they germinate quicker maybe. I don't know. I haven't tried seeds in the freezer yet. So if you have done that, you can comment. So that's what we're doing, and we're still slicing our tomato up here. I'm going to do us a sandwich. So he's still got several slices left on him here, so I'm going to try to go ahead and slice the rest of it. And when you get down there to the top, you can just kind of quarter it a little bit. You can put those slices in salads or something, and there's a few more seeds right there. So I'm going to try to go ahead and dig that out. So if you see the seeds in the top or an area that you're not going to really eat, you can scrape those seeds out so you can wash them and get them started. And you're not going to miss it on this tomato because this tomato is so meaty. It's just got so much content, so you're not really going to miss those seeds. And even if you take them out of a slice that you're going to put on a sandwich, then you're not really going to miss those seeds. Really not. Because looky there. I mean, that's still got quite a bit of content on there. Like I said, this is one of our longer type tomatoes, but it's still probably going to cover quite a bit of area. And since I am really wanting to do all the seed saving that I can, I'm going to go ahead and get all the seeds out that I can on this one, just because I need seeds, because this is a plant that really wants to live. It really wants to thrive. Hold on and I'll show you something else. This was actually a sucker that I pruned off of my Holy Land tomato plant. It's actually, there's two leaves in there, and they really like to root. If you can see, this is just a spice bottle that I have repurposed. Whenever I would cut a sucker off, I would come in here, put them in water, and as you can see there, I hope you can see those roots. They have rooted. I've started several more plants off of him. I have them in my garden. Now, I don't know, we're getting cooler nights, and it just depends on if the plants make it or not. I hope they do. I've got 3 more planted, and one's about 4 feet tall. The other, they're just about 1 foot tall. And then I have several more in pots. And so, and I would be happy to share one of my tomato plants in pots. If anybody wants to try to put one out this late, you're welcome to let me know, and I'll give you one, or I'll give you one of these suckers to try to plant, because I have 2 more here that have rooted. And like I said, they just, you can see those roots, I hope. They've rooted really well. And the sucker, the plant looks so green. It's a beautiful plant. So that's just a little bit more how that you can prune a sucker. And a sucker will grow right here in, like, see that little elbow, like, it'll be like a Y. And a sucker will grow right there in the middle of your plant. And so it'll take energy from your plant. So if you'll pick those off, sometimes they get big, like this one had gotten kind of big before I saw him. And so when I cut him off, he was already kind of big. So there you go. And this is what our plate looks like here with our, if you can see it, I don't know if I'm showing it very good here. The camera's turned around, so, but I've got a whole plate full of Holy Land tomatoes that I can have for sandwiches. Alright guys, so have a blessed evening. Hope you've enjoyed learning a little bit about the Holy Land tomato.